This video was made possible by EA Game Changers, so a massive thanks goes out to Codemasters and EA for providing us with the code today. So what's going on, guys? Riotbox here, and welcome to some F1 2021, and today we're going to be starting our driver career mode. So like on F1 2020, I did a driver career mode where we started at Renault, and I'm going to be doing a similar thing here today because I have decided to start with the Alpine team with our teammate Fernando Alonso. So the main reason I've chose Alpine is, one, I think the livery is cool. Two, I'm a massive fanboy of Fernando Alonso, if I can get his name right. And then also, in terms of the R&D chart, they're a nice midfield team, really, to be going with. So I thought, you know what, why not? I mean, I did think about Ferrari, and I was initially going to go with Aston Martin, but I thought, you know what, in terms of the R&D tree, they're a little bit high up for what I want to do in career mode. So yeah, gone for Alpine. They're the reasons. Nice midfield team with lots of potential. We can build the car up this season and hopefully be challenging podiums for the end of the season. Maybe we'll have to see how we go. But the car is beautiful, it looks lovely. So yeah, that's the reason behind that. Hopefully we can carry on this career mode a bit further than we did last year. Last year I did a season and a half. I also started in my team, but I thought, you know what, everybody's doing my team, so I'm going to go with driver career mode. So that's what we're going to do this season. I'm not going to do my team. We're just going to do driver career mode. So let's get into things then. So right at the start of the season, we've got some R&D points, and I need to check out this whole new R&D system. I haven't even looked at it before, so we're going to have to get in and have a look around. You can tell each department has morale. You click into it. Okay, this is different. This is different. This is going to take a little bit of time to get used to. So you've got what? You've got front downforce, rear downforce. So you can develop the halo, rear wing, upper flap. That's after the halo. So it looks like you've got these different paths. Get into chassis, then you got weight reduction. That's all we've got at the minute. Powertrain. So we've got engine upgrades we can do, but then we've got supplier upgrades that will come from Renault. Then what else have we got? We've got gearbox. So durability, we've got gearbox, the combustion engine, the turbo, and supplier upgrades. So yeah, it's pretty, I guess, there's similarities to last year, but it's all presented differently, so we'll have to see in practice what it actually feels like. But first, I want to be able to check out each department's, each development areas, each team's performance, if you see what I mean, if it lets me. I don't know if it does. You used to be able to see where you rank in that department for the team against the other teams, but can't seem to do that. So I do think I will probably oh, here you go. It has down there in the bottom right, it has that little chart: current performance, potential performance, and competition potential. Okay, right, I'm gonna start on some, we've also got weekly resource production points from the facilities. Okay, you know what, I think I'm going to start with, we'll start with the aero department. You can't go wrong with aero, can you? So let's improve the front downforce. So that's going to be 1,000. So you got standard or rush. Both will come before the first Grand Prix. And I've gone for a 16-round season rather than the full season. I've just taken out a few circuits that I'm not keen on. I might do a full season next season, but you know, let's get through season one nice and promptly. Here you go, vehicle performance comparison. So Alpine on the bottom right, look, it isn't too bad. So I'm going to get in. We'll do the first development on the front wing. Let's see how that goes. All right, we can advance time a little bit. We've got some messages. Just welcome to the team, facilities upgrade. Let's advance on. Going to get some more resource points in. So what's our weekly input? 525 resource points. So we can get in and look at the car reveal. So that's the car then. I'm going to skip on a little bit see if we can get this upgrade through. It should be coming through on the 25th of March. It does come through. And
we'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Cool, so team confirming that. In terms of the chassis then, let's take a look. What's this going to do? Cable assembly, lightweight wheel rims. What does this do exactly? View description. Minor weight reduction, improvements of vehicles. Cable assembly will reduce the mass of all circuitry without loss of overall integrity. So if I go in, you can see our chassis probably needs improving the most. We'll check out the power unit as well. But I may as well go with standard because it will come in before 7th of May. So we've got a little bit of pre-season to get through here. That's going to take 12 days. So lots of upgrades come pre-elite. We've upgraded. We can now get in and get on the next part, but I'm not going to do that just yet. I am going to take a look at the powertrain though. Oh, we have the worst. Well, I forget that we're the only one running a Renault engine, aren't we? Haas use Ferrari, Alfa use Ferrari, AlphaTauri use the Honda, don't they? Ferrari use Ferrari, Red Bull use Honda, Williams, Mercedes, McLaren, Mercedes, Aston Martin, Mercedes. Yeah, we are the only ones. So that I did notice when I've played around, like just some off-camera races, that we're losing down the straight. So I think we're probably going to have to turn our attention to the engine pretty soon. I wish I looked at that first, but estimated delivery 13th of July for supplier upgrade, so it doesn't look like Renault are putting much effort into this, does it? Okay, so we're going to have to do it ourselves. I guess technically we are the factory. We are the engine supplier, aren't we, really? So let's carry on then. So this part, improving the pistons, will improve engine power. We need that really, and it's going to come in anyway before, so we'll just go with standard development. That's going to take a little while. Okay, so the chassis part came through. We've got a new personnel upgrade. We've got the pistons through, so slightly upgraded engine. We've got weekly resource points in. So everything so far is going pretty smoothly. If we look at R&D progress history, that'll change when we hit round 1. But powertrain, we'd need to get in, and there we go. Now we can get in and do the oil pressure pump, which is a major engine development upgrade. So when we're going to be able to do that, we need 2,000 resource points. Yeah, we are going to have to wait on that really, aren't we? Look, yeah, we are way behind Ferrari. We need to get on that as soon as possible. If I could start again, I would have done that upgrade first. Okay, so season objectives from Davide Brivio. If you're a MotoGP fan, that's who he is, isn't it? Suzuki boss, I'm pretty sure that's the ex-Suzuki boss. Wish I had his picture in the game. But he reckons that we are somewhere around the middle of the field. The car has decent pace. It does have decent pace, just struggling in that straight line. So let's get into the Spanish Grand Prix. It's going to be Alonso and Sainz's home Grand Prix. So let's see what we can do.
Hello folks, and welcome to Paddock Pass, your pre-race edition for the inaugural round of the 2021 Formula One World Championship. And I've got to say, it feels great to be back. As is tradition, there is something of an air of a first day back at school on arrival here. But it's more than that. It's a breath of fresh air. It's an element of normality in what has at times felt to be something of an abnormal world. Now, we were supposed to have a raft of new regulations this season, but as we know, they've been held back. Which does give all of these teams the opportunity to have a second bite at the cherry, one final chance to show what they can do in this era of Formula One. But the responsibility for results, as always, falls on the drivers. But with the cars at their disposal this year being very similar to the cars they had at their disposal last year, succeed, and they, of course, will put it all on themselves as a display of their innate skills and abilities. But the knife cuts both ways, because if they fail to succeed, there's absolutely nowhere for them to hide. The other question, though, remains as to which of these teams has been able to do the incredible, the impossible perhaps, with these regulations and pull something out of the hat over the winter that gives them the march on their rivals. As always, we can't wait for this season to begin. But for now, from us, that's your lot.
Okay, it's time for qualifying then. For the race, it's going to be dry. Qualifying is going to be cloudy, but nothing to worry about. So, let's head out on track, put in a first lap, and see how we get on. Come around the final corner then, let's see what we can do. Gonna open the DRS as soon as it comes available. A 118.3, which is 0.779 off of current pole position, man. So of course, if we set a fast lap in the top 10, we have to use the tyres we use. So I'm gonna head back in, swap out the tyres, and go for a second run. So let's take a look at the time. So 116.8 for Sergio Perez, 1.5 off of that. Where's our teammate? Fernando Alonso hasn't set a time yet. He's done a 22 flat in the first sector. What was our first sector? 21.9. Be interested to see what he does in the middle sector. Where is he? Where's he gone? I've lost him. Has he set a lap? Maybe he's set a lap now. Yeah, he has set a lap. Oh, marginally quicker. 29.3, match the middle sector. Last sector we need to improve. Pretty good so far in this lap, about a quarter of a second underneath. See if we can improve in the final sector. Oh, lost a little bit of time through that corner though. Messed up that final chicane, and we're going to have to carry that all the way around this final corner. We're going to improve by about a tenth, but that could have been even more. So fortunately, that's still P12.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal, and it's make or break here at round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of turn 9. So here we are in 2021 at the start of another Formula One World Championship. It all begins here, Mercedes looking to retain their hold on the title, Red Bull seeking to secure their position as the main contender for that title, Ferrari no doubt hoping for a fresh start following their difficulties last year, and elsewhere on the grid, the prospect of some really exciting battles, including between the newly rebranded Aston Martin and Alpine teams. Lots to discuss then with Anthony Davidson, who's joined me in the commentary box for today's event.
It's good to be back, Crofty. Let's hope for some good racing today. We can't know at this point how competitive these teams are relative to each other, but hopefully nobody is able to run and hide. We want to see these drivers pushing to the limit all the way to the checkered flag.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Daniel Ricciardo and Leclerc, Norris, Vettel, Sainz and Lance Stroll, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Ace and Raikkonen, Tsunoda, Russell, Antonio Giovinazzi and Mick Schumacher, Mazepin and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Okay, it's our opening race day then. Let's see. In terms of strategy, race strategy introduction. Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty similar to last year anyway, the race strategy. So you've got the choice, haven't you? Do you go for the medium, soft to medium, or do you go medium to hard? I mean, soft to hard. Or do you go medium, soft? I'm going to go soft medium, I think. I'm going to try and, if I remember from last year's game, it was pretty touch and go on the tyre wear. So, yeah, let's see. Let's see what we can do. No risks in this opening race. Let's just take it easy, get used to the car. We got a decent, quite a long season ahead, so let's see what we can do. Right then, we're lined up with our teammate. the team were pretty disappointed that we didn't out-qualify him, but I mean, that's a big ask, isn't it? Let's see if we can get the jump. Alonso managed to get the jump on Stroll here. Can we do the same thing? We're going to try late on the brakes, almost clip our rear wing. Oh, yes, look at this. Underneath of Fernando Alonso, look at that. Out wide though, understeering in all that dirty air. He's going to come back at us. I'm going to use overtake mode again. We again trying to outbrake him around the outside, but he's got the inside line. He's going to come back to us. He's right there. Look at that, he's still there. He's on the outside this time though. Going to have to concede, isn't he? But we're through on our Alpine teammate and Stroll. So 2 positions gained at the start of this race. Let's see what our race pace is like. And you can see just acceleration wise out of the corners, we are struggling. And there's Stroll right behind us. So Stroll back ahead of Fernando Alonso. Brake as late as we can at the 100 meter board. I don't think they've got the new, is it turn 10? I think it's turn 10. They haven't got the new corner for which they introduced for the MotoGP. And they also implemented it for the F1. It's the new corner. I don't think that was the new corner. Oh, look at that huge oversteer out there, and that's really cost us. The last sector we lose a lot of time, and now we're under attack from Stroll. I'm going to have to be clever with our overtake mode. He's sticking with us in the slipstream. He's sort of gaining, but no DRS, so we get away with it this time, but we had to use a lot of ERS there. So we're going to have to work on the final sector and the run onto the main straight. We've got 16 more laps to go ahead of us. It's going to be boxing on lap 6, so I think it said, or did it say lap 7? Lap 6, I think. So we're 6 laps on this set of tyres. 11 on the medium, unless I elect to go for a hard tyre, but to be honest, I'll stick with the medium. Get a better run through this final sector, but we're going to be under attack here. Verstappen's at fast lap of the race. Didn't quite see what it was, but DRS is enabled, so for now we're okay. Next lap though, when we hit this straight, this is going to be where we are vulnerable, because this Alpine is dead slow in a straight line. I didn't realise that it would be the slowest, but I guess it would, wouldn't it? Saying that, I thought maybe we'd be a bit quicker than Ferrari, or a bit closer, but we're now the Honda engine. So we got the DRS, just about staying ahead of Stroll. We've got some sort of new strategy going on as we drop into turn 1. Maybe I shouldn't read this as I'm going through turn 1 and 2, but I don't want the new strategy. It looks like they've selected it for us. Fair enough.
The fastest lap is a 1 minute 18.5.
1:18.5. We're a little bit off that at the minute. And we're dropping back again from Gasly. So at the minute it looks like we're going to be boxing between laps 6 and 8. Oh, we're out wide there again. I keep making mistakes at the final corner. And now we're going to be well under attack from Lance Stroll. There's absolutely nothing we could do. The team are going to pit us this lap for mediums. That's probably a good idea. Now Stroll's got ahead of us. I've really dropped off the pace on these last few laps. Can we get Stroll back as we clip him there? Does that cause any damage? No. We've got a teammate right behind us now. Need to keep on pushing. We might be able to get Stroll back before the pit stops. Or at least if he pits this lap as well, we might be able to jump him. Let's see. But there's a big gap now between us and P10 for that final points paying position. So might not be able to get points here today, but main thing to do is beat our teammate. Race 1, beat your teammate. Right, let's box. Stroll's coming as well. Round that final corner. Okay, so we're in. Who else has pitted then? It looks like a McLaren's pitted. We're going to hold... I thought we were going to hold up the McLaren. Let's see if we can jump. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Can we jump on? Come on. No. Oh, that was close. I thought we might have been able to jump him. But if we can get heat into the tyres quicker. Stroll's gone for mediums as well.
Let's get some heat into those tyres.
Let's see if we can chase after Stroll here. Right, if we can get some heat into the tyres early, I think we might be able to use the grip early. Oh, that dirty air's a killer. It's an absolute killer. Let's see if we can get him at the next DRS straight. I've overfueled the car and I can't figure out, I don't think there's a way to use rich mix, so I should have really used a little bit less fuel. I don't know how you operate that. I don't even know if you can use lean mix. I know in practice you can turn it down to lean and standard, but can't seem to do that in the race, so I don't know if I've missed something about that. But anyway, Stroll's bolted. We know he has the third fastest car according to the R&D tree, so if we can at least stick to the back of him, he might pull us up to the back of Gasly. But we'll have to wait and see, because that AlphaTauri is pretty quick. Our teammate's in the pits, so it'll be interesting to see, if we ride on board, where we come out to in relation to Fernando. Hopefully, because of the high tyre deg, the undercut is pretty powerful, so we should be able to stay ahead. But let's see, we're going to pick up DRS. No, we're not. Not going to pick up DRS. 1.2 is the gap, so I'm going to have to use some overtake mode. Right, we're way ahead of Fernando, which is good. Oh no, we're not. There he is. I looked at the wrong car, and Fernando Alonso has done us in the pits. So he's going pretty slowly around here. Yes, look at this. Come on. Oh, we're going to be on the outside here. Going to use overtake mode. This is important. We beat our teammate. Oh. He's still there, giving room up the inside. Oh, we pinched him a little bit. He won't be happy with that one. Let's take a look at the replay then. Side by side through Sector 1 with Fernando Alonso. Look at this. Didn't even... Oh, yeah, we did pinch him right to the inside, but we gave him enough room just about. But yeah, good little bit of racing that. Alonso's back with us still. He's still sticking to the back of us. I don't know how we're going to keep ahead of him. He's really badgering us right now. I've used up so much ERS just to try and stay ahead in that last battle. Oh, he's on the inside here. Oh, and all this battling is losing touch with Stroll. Oh, God, come on. And I'm pretty sure there's people that have pitted and just struggling through this last sector. Oh, he's going to get the overtake on us, but it's about if we can stick with him. I'm not even going to bother defending. I'm going to go to the inside. Just not going to bother using any ERS. He can get back through. And we'll see if we can get him back like we did around Sector 1 on the last lap. Ooh, almost lost control of the car, but look at that dirty air. Come on. Oh, overtake mode, not quite able to. So, struggling on these medium tyres compared to the softs. We had a good race start. But now if we keep battling to Alonso, we're going to lose out to the people that have gone long on the softs or even started on the medium or hard tyres. So, let's see. It's only a one-stop race. 25% race, of course. We'll work through the next DRS zone. We're only about half a second off of Alonso. Right, it's our turn to have some DRS. Out the final corner. DRS, overtake mode. A little bit far back, to be honest. But we're gaining. Maybe I should have chose Ocon as my teammate. But oh well. Makes it challenging, doesn't it? And I feel like Alonso's probably going to be our biggest rival this season. That's better. That's a better line through the first sector. DRS is wide open. We're gaining. Going to go late on the brakes. He's made us go right to the inside, which has made it really narrow. But we're through anyway on Alonso. Now the question is, we're back ahead. Gap to Stroll is 2.3, so both of us lose in touch with Stroll, although we have been battling, so that could be part of it. So let's get our head down. Let's manage the gap to Stroll. But he's in that position we want to be. So if anything goes wrong, he can pick up a point from the top 10. So right on board with Alonso. What happened to him? Engine failure. That's encouraging. He was in the slipstream right behind us with the DRS and everything. But it's all gone. Yeah, it literally just blew up right behind us. That's what the yellow flags were. I was like, what are the yellow flags out for? I couldn't see anything. And he was right behind us with an engine failure. So that's Fernando Alonso out of the race. Then that's going to give us a little bit of breathing room. But we need to keep on the charge. We need to try and close down Stroll if we can. Right, yellow flag's out somewhere. The engineer just said there's an incident, but he's also said that they're not pushing for a safety car. not much is happening at the minute. We're just sort of lapping around. We're a bit slower than Stroll, but we're quicker than Tsunoda, so we're pulling away from the guy behind. But he's on the hard tyres, so let's see if he's going to get a second turn of pace as our mediums start to go off. It is about managing the tyres now. If we take a look at the tyres, front left's the weak spot, wearing a lot quicker than the rest, but yeah, gradually slipping back from Stroll, but pulling away from Tsunoda at the minute. So there you go, Max Verstappen takes the win. Hamilton gets a fast lap of the race, and I've just got to bring it home now around this last sector. Look at the tyres. The front left has definitely had it. You can just see we're just struggling a little bit, but we've pretty much sat in limbo for the second half of this race, and we were having a nice little battle with Alonso, and it would have gone on to the end probably if it wasn't for obviously his mechanical failure, but that is going to give us the result over our teammate, so I'll take that. Come home for P12, no points, but we beat our teammate.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Another Spanish Grand Prix is over, and what a special race it was. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves. So, let's review the drivers' standings. Max Verstappen now leads the Drivers' Championship. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Definitely Antonio Giovinazzi, isn't it? No matter what the rest of the field threw at him, he didn't put a foot wrong. Superb drive from him.
Let's move on to the constructors. Red Bull take over as championship leaders. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
So there are your race results, as you can see. Yeah, we did pretty well, but didn't get points, which is pretty disappointing, but we are still developing the car. Give it a few more rounds and we should get there. Obviously Alonso DNF'd with that engine failure, which isn't encouraging going forward, but it does give us the result in our rivalry with our teammate. So there you have it. Let's take a look at the standings. Yeah, obviously the drivers are the same, but constructors wise, AlphaTauri have 1 point, which move them just ahead of us, and we're there P7. No points. Alfa Romeo have no points, Williams none, and Haas none either. So we need to pick up a couple of points for Alpine really and keep on pushing. So we're going to keep on with the engine development and then probably the chassis and keep the aero. The aero is our strong point. I wasn't running enough rear downforce today, so I was suffering a little bit of rear slide, bit of traction issues, so hopefully a bit more downforce on the rear might help with that. But there you go. So that's been it for today's episode in the opening round of our F1 2021 career mode. If you did enjoy this and you are new around here, make sure you get subscribed for the channel. Plenty more of this series coming your way. We'll get through season 1, a shorter season of 16 rounds, and then we'll get into a full season for season 2. Will we stay at Alpine? Well, that's for you to decide later on, but first we've got to get this car to where it needs to be to get us in the top 10 consistently. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.